I rearranged my shelves and now they're by color and they're just beautiful. Hey guys, I'm Trina and today is Top 5 Wednesday. I didn't think I would have a video up for this week's topic because if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I already filmed this topic and I had kind of a problem with the footage I got back from that. But I did really want to talk about the topic, so here we are. I am filming it again. Top 5 Wednesday was created by Lainey and there is a link in the description box below if you want to know more about the group. And this week our topic is, what are our top 5 books of the year so far? Now in 2015, it is my goal to read a total of 100 books, and we're not quite halfway through the year and I'm not on track. I've read 35 books and I should be more around like 42. I think I haven't given out a ton of 5-star ratings this year, so it was kind of hard for me to decide what 5 books should be on this list, but I'm really confident with the answers I came up with. So at number 5, I'm going to say that my 5th best book of the year so far is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I gave this book 4 stars, and when I think about all of the books I've given 4 stars to this year, I just feel like this one is going to be one that sticks with me a lot longer. I feel very invested in this series. It is going to be a series and I can't wait for the rest of the books, and I already know that I love Sarah J. Maas's other books and I just like the worlds and the stories that she tells, so I just think that this one's going to have a little bit more longevity in my mind as compared to other 4-star books, so I do feel really confident with this being my number 5 book of the year. At number 4 is a book that I gave 4.5 stars, and that is Vicious by V.E. Schwab. This was my first book I've ever read by V.E. Schwab, and I really loved it. I loved the dark themes and just the exploration of humanity and what morality really is and what would people do in this situation, which is these characters have come into giving themselves supernatural abilities, basically like superhero powers, but they might actually be villains. I love the themes that were explored, and I really loved the writing, and definitely number 4 on my list. The rest of my books are 5-star rated books, so at number 3 I'm going with The Heir by Kiera Cass. This is book number 4 in the Selection series, and I know a lot of people don't like this series, but I am not one of them. I do love it. I just need the cheesy books sometimes. She's called her own books cheesy and fluff before. That is definitely what they are, and there is a place for books like that in the world. I eat them up, I love them, and as a continuation of the series, I actually like this book a little bit better than the original trilogy, even though I liked those books a lot as well. I think that the main character isn't quite as annoying as the main character from the first 3 books, and the point of view of our main character, I just feel like it suits this story that's being told a lot better than the point of view from the first 3 books did. And Kiera always manages to make me swoon. There are definitely some swoony moments, as well as some really just heart-wrenching moments, so for those reasons, this is number 3 on my list so far this year. Number 2 on my list is a book that I just have adored, and I only just finished it, so I know I loved it. It's one of my few 5-star rated books this year, and I'm very tempted to put it at number 1 on this list, but that might just be because it's still so fresh on my mind, so I'm going to put it at number 2 instead, and that is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. This is a YA fantasy novel that deals with a competition and a rebellion, and it could have so easily been a story that you've heard 1,000 times, but it just set itself apart, and in my opinion it definitely lived up to all the hype it's been getting. That's pretty rare for me, but I just loved it. I adored it. I love these characters, this world, this setting, and I want more. And my number 1 read so far this year is going to be A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin, which is book number 1 in the A Song of Ice and Fire series. And I have also read the second book, A Clash of Kings, and I gave it 5 stars as well, so I'm kind of counting these together. These are the only 2 books of the series I've read so far. I watched the show from the beginning, and I was a big fan of the show, but I kept putting off starting the books because they're just huge, and it just intimidated me, even though I knew that this was a story story that I loved. So I finally did read the first book with a read-along, and that's really what helped me get through it, and it really surprised me how much I loved it. I really thought it would be difficult to get into, but I did just love the story so much. This was my first 5-star rated book of the year, and I just finished the second book on audiobook, and I liked it just as much. So I just love the world, and it definitely is a series like for me and my interests. I do love fantasy. Can't wait to continue on, and I really think that this is one of the best decisions I made this year in terms of reading decisions, finally picking up these books because I love them so much. Definitely #1 so far. Those are my top 5 books of 2015 so far, almost halfway through the year. If you want to know more of my thoughts on any of these books, I'll put links down below to the reviews or the monthly wrap-ups where I mention these books, and you can also check out my Goodreads page because I do rate and review books there. I think it's going to be fun to look back at this list at the end of the year and see if any of these are still in my top 5 at that point in time. And I want to hear from you guys. Please let me know what your favorite book of the year so far is. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the comments. Bye!